You're watching Horse Capital Television, the official network of the horse capital of the world. Brought to you by Horse Capital Digest, showcase properties of Central Florida, the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association, Discover Florida Horses, Horse Fever 2020, and Horse Farms Forever. Gus Gray loves telling the countless stories of thoroughbred history in Marion County and its famed people and horses. His namesake book, They Call Me Gus, tells those stories and of Gus's life and his dedication to the industry for more than 50 years, working on two legacy thoroughbred farms, Fred Hooper's and Double Diamond Farm. In part 2 of this series, Gus talks about his time at Double Diamond Farm in Ocala and the recognition he has received over the years.
What brought me to Double Diamond, Pete Malloy was working out there on the road with Art Walker. And he told me, he said, I'm going to learn you how to drive heavy equipment. So, okay, I'm a horse person. So I go out down the road driving heavy equipment. And I'm driving, you see these big rollers with all these tires? I turned one of those over. And everybody come by taking pictures, say, I know the one who was driving that dead. I said, no, you looking at the one who was driving that. So I lived through it, and Jimmy had to talk with me before I went out on the road. So I said, okay. I left the road and I come in and talk to Jimmy. Jimmy said, yeah, when could you start? I said, I start Wednesday. So I started that Wednesday, and Jimmy told me he wanted me to be the yelling manager. So I'd never been no manager. I said, well, I'll give it a try. And then I met the staff. And everything worked out fine. Mr. Dizzy shook hands with me and said, I hope you stay with me for 10 years. I said, yes, sir, I'll be here for 10 years, because I figured 10 years, I was going to be 62 years old. I was going to get at it. So I've been here now going on 21 years. Fine organization to work for. And I'm 75 years old, and I get up and go to work every day. And I thank Mr. Dizzy for letting me come out here and work, because he don't have to let me come out here and work. Mr. Dizzy and Mrs. Dizzy always treated me with high respect, Roger, Jimmy, and all of them. It's a great bond to be working with horses. It's one of the greatest. You had to pick Push Dude out. Most of the horses wants to get nervous and do stuff. Push Dude, you can take him and turn him out. He never rise up and never try to get loose, never try to hurt you. When you turn him loose, his leg, he traveled as a smooth. Push Dude, he communicated with you. And he do the same thing now. Same thing. Class on class gonna stand up. When you catch some horses, they fall apart before they do anything. You don't have nothing. But Push Dude, he had too much class. Tammy and two other ladies, they said, we're gonna sign you up for the Goppy Award. So they called me and said, I was in the runoff with 250 candidates. So I prayed on it that night, and went to, like God told me to go ahead and say, you're gonna be a winner. So about 2 weeks later, they called me and say, you one of the 3 finalists. They came out to the farm and they interviewed me and my daughter. We went up. He announced the 2 first and second place, and he said the winner is Gus Gray.
In addition, Gus was recently nominated to be included in the Marion County Agriculture Hall of Fame.
That'll be one of the highest honors that I ever feel like I can achieve. A lot of people don't make it into no kind of Hall of Fame. And this being a nominee is a great pleasure and blessing. That's being a nominee. You know, if you don't do them a finish second. The old saying say a lot of people second is the first one lose, but at least you've been there. You know. I thank God every day for letting me live and be successful in my life, because I know where I came from. I got a long way to go talking about retiring. I'm like my old ex-boss. He said, death gonna come fast enough. Don't go home and sit down and wait on it. No, I got a lot of children, a lot of people tell me, you're 75 years old, Gus. Why don't you hang it up? What to hang up? You don't hang up life. You enjoy life every day as it comes. And a guy was out there watching me train my horses last year, and he said, you know what, Gus? You're a whole different person when you train your horse. It's a great honor to get out and train your own horse. I got one more goal to meet. I'm gonna win the Kentucky Derby. When I sit down there for to motivate my grandkids to keep them going, if one look like he's down, I tell him like this. I say, I don't want y'all to give up, because I hadn't gave up on my future. My future is winning the Kentucky Derby, okay? And I say, if I don't give up, y'all ain't got no business giving up.
Thank you, Gus, for your contributions to the Florida thoroughbred industry. You can learn more about Double Diamond Farm by visiting doublediamondfarm.com. This Florida Thoroughbred History Profile has been brought to you by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and Discover Florida Horses.
And now a Florida Thoroughbred History moment. Born in Marion County, the fiery red affirmed was destined for greatness. At 2, he left the rolling hills of Harborview Farm, impressing the racing world by winning 5 graded stakes, facing a colt, Aladar, along the way. In 1978, his rivalry with his nemesis heated up, creating exciting duels for racing fans. Affirm's grit and courage led to hard-fought wins over Aladar in the Kentucky Derby, Preakness, and Belmont Stakes, the last by a narrowest of margins, simply a nose. The feat brought the Triple Crown home to Florida, where it stayed for 37 years. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred History Moment.